Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? This is Adam from AM Music here, and today I thought I'd try something a little different because I got a very lovely testimonial from one of my previous clients who I taught how to do some electronic music production stuff, and he sent this really great testimonial through to me. One thing with it though, he recorded it outside under a tree, and there's quite a lot of background noise, so I've got some birds chirping, a bit of road noise I think, and the general wind onto the microphone. So I thought before I put it online I would just clear up the audio a little bit. So I thought I might share with you what I did to make it sound a bit better. So here is what the original sounded like.
It's from playing around with the software, and working with Adam has been really.
So it's a little quiet, it's a little muffled. You can hear some background noise. It's going to be quite hard to get completely out of it, but I think we can reduce it a bit. This is what I've ended up with.
From playing around with the software, and working with Adam has been really enjoyable. He's
So you can still hear those birds. I think getting rid of them completely would be impossible because they kind of sit in a similar frequency range to the vocal, at least a little bit more on the top end, like that more 2 to 6K, I'd say, whereas the vocal's sitting more kind of 300 hertz to 2K, 3K. So there's definitely some overlap in there. But so I'll walk through what I did. So let's start back with the original, and here it is.
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking lessons with Adam for.
So yeah, you can definitely hear that kind of background noise. And there's a little bit of a gap at the start where you can actually just hear the pure noise. So we could actually use that for a noise profile, taking a snippet of the audio you want to reduce and then using that as a profile and then reducing that whole kind of cross section of frequencies out of the whole track is one way you can do noise reduction on audio files. I'm in Logic Pro here, but you could also use any other DAW. I am going to use some specific tools for this. I'm going to use Isotope's RX9. The first thing I actually did though was I used Logic Pro's very own stem splitter. So I took the original, right clicked it, went to processing and stem splitter. So what I'm going to do is unclick these because I really only want vocals. There is only really vocals in there, and it's going to get rid of any of the other noise anyway. So if I split that, you hear what this one sounds like.
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking lessons with Adam for quite a while now. My initial goal was to.
So you can still hear a lot of bird noise, but you can also hear some reductions happen. So compare this. So that's the start. And that's the start. So you might not have heard anything through YouTube after the video's been edited and etc., but it's a lot cleaner.
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking.
But there are still some artifacts in there. So we'll clear it up further. So get rid of that. So first thing I did was put on the RX9 voice.
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking lessons with Adam for quite a while now.
So it's just cleaned it up ever so slightly a little bit more.
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking lessons.
There's just some slight artifacts and it's taken them away, and I've got the threshold turned all the way up and the reduction turned all the way up. I might not always do that, but you can hear the difference.
And I have been taking lessons with.
So that's without any reduction.
And I have been taking.
So when you bring that down, you can hear a bit more high-endy kind of chatter, kind of mid-range high-end chatter, kind of white noise. So
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking lessons with Adam for quite a while now.
so you'll notice it's kind of cutting out this kind of frequency curve somewhat. So
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking lessons with Adam for quite a while now.
that cuts it out. It makes it a little choppy maybe, but it cuts out that white noise kind of artifact that we got from using the stem splitter. Okay, so that's the voice denoise. Next up, we've got a gain plugin. So what I'm doing is just boosting some of that volume because I want it to be a bit louder. I felt like it was a little quiet. And the main thing that I'm actually doing here is turning it to mono because actually the voice is slightly sitting over to the left. So I wanted to make it a mono file for this.
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking lessons with Adam for quite a while now. My initial goal was to polish my.
The voice jumps a little bit more central.
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking lessons with Adam for quite a while now.
Cool. So next I've got multiband, and what I'm doing here is I'm not compressing it because when I compressed it, but what I found that was doing was it was bringing up that bird noise even more. So I decided to expand it instead. So all it's doing is taking this frequency range here.
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been.
and it's pushing it up. So it's not compressing the rest, it's just bringing this section up as and when it exceeds the threshold. And I had to play with this a little bit, this particular band, because if I have it too high where I'd actually like to have it, it would bring up too much of those bird noises. So I had to kind of make a compromise and bring it down a little bit lower than I'd like, so around 700 hertz. I'd rather my central frequency was actually closer to probably 1 to 2K. So it's a little bit lower, but I find it brought up less of the bird chatter.
I've been taking lessons with Adam for quite a while now. My initial goal was to polish my composing skills and my mixing skills with Logic Pro.
So I'm just trying to bring up that mid-range a little bit without bringing up the bird chatter. And it is kind of just boosting it a little bit as and when it hits. And it's on a very fast attack, very fast release. Next, I've got a reverb, and that was because I've made it quite choppy with all the reduction, and I wanted to put some ambience back into the track. And this reverb is very short. So I've got a very low mix, it's only 10%, and 0.3 seconds on the space.
Hi, my name is Luis, and I have been taking lessons with Adam for quite a while now. My initial goal was to polish my composing skills and my mixing skills with Logic Pro X because
So it's actually just making it maybe slightly darker and slightly roomier, really. It is just giving a little bit more depth, a little bit more ambience to the vocal sound. So where it's been overly processed from all the reductions, it's just trying to add in a little bit of that life, a little bit of space, or make it sound a bit more human again.
initial goal was to polish my
It's a little bit darker than I'd like. So I'm guessing this EQ, which I've got on next, adding in a bit more top end.
composing skills and my mixing skills with Logic Pro X because I felt that when working on my music, I needed this extra push to
It does bring up the birds a little bit. That's kind of bird territory, but I needed a bit more brightness in that vocal. It got a little bit too dull for me, and maybe I could just do that instead. Let's pull out a little bit of the
feel in
low.
control of all the possibilities that Logic Pro X can give me to my music and to the enjoyment I get from.
Yeah, so just taking out a tiny little bit more in that low end of the vocal, because EQ is quite yin and yang. So if you want a track to sound brighter, you could boost the top end, but you could also reduce the low end. It's kind of on like a continuum. And so if you boost here, you're also kind of effectively cutting there. Or if you cut here, you're kind of also effectively boosting here. So there's kind of a yin and yang effect with EQing that you can use to your advantage. If you don't want to push something up anymore, you can try reducing it in a similar complementary frequency range if you do it in the opposite direction. So without the EQ,
Playing around with the software and working with Adam has been really enjoyable. He's really
so it's thinned it out slightly. It's a little bit less dark, a little bit brighter. You are getting a little bit more birds coming up, but that's why we're recording a studio with, a vocal isolation booth and hopefully sealed off, and headphones that are super quiet. This was a field recording, so it's going to be different. And the final bit is the limiter. I've got the Pro L from Fab Filter, very clean limiter. I've got it on the safe mode just because I felt like that one was the best.
because I felt that when working on my
So without it,
music, I needed this extra push to feel in control of all the possibilities that Logic Pro X
so it's obviously louder, but I think it needed to be a bit clearer. So without it,
can give me to my music and to the enjoyment I get from playing around with the software. And working with Adam has been really enjoyable.
so it's not perfect. There is the birds. I can't get rid of them. But if we compare it to the original,
He's really a very approachable and a really enjoyable person to talk with about music or else. And what I like the most about the lessons with him is that he can easily adapt to what you need.
to my ears at least, it's a lot clearer. With audio stuff, there's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be some compromises.
He really tries to understand your style.
So I hope this helped. I hope this was interesting if you're trying to clean up an audio track. So some of these are advanced tools like the isotope plugins. They're pretty good. You can just use your stock EQs and stock multibands and stock limiter. So yeah, I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found this helpful. If you'd like some help cleaning up some audio or mixing or mastering anything, then please do let me know. I love this kind of stuff. And if I can help you out, I will be happy to. And I will see you on the next video. Trying to record a video on noise reduction. There's a huge police siren going on outside.